Good morning. Our reading for today is from the 8th chapter of Matthew. As Jesus entered Capernaum, a centurion came forward to him, beseeching him and saying, Lord, my servant is lying paralyzed at home in terrible distress. And he said to him, I will come and heal him. But the centurion answered him, Lord, I am not worthy to have you come under my roof, but only say the word, and my servant will be healed. For I am a man under authority, with soldiers under me, and I say to one, Go, and he goes, and to another, Come, and he comes, and to my slave, Do this, and he does it. When Jesus heard him, he marveled, and said to those who followed him, Truly I say to you, not even in Israel have I found such faith. I tell you, many will come from east and west and sit at table with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven, while the sons of the kingdom will be thrown into the outer darkness. There men will weep and gnash their teeth. And to the centurion Jesus said, Go, be it done for you as you have believed. And the servant was healed at that very moment. Well, it's a wonderful story of authority. That is to say, Jesus has the authority to heal and has the authority to command angels to go about and do what he tells them to do. And in this case, that authority means the life and not the death of this slave of the centurion. This story appears in a number of forms throughout the Gospels, and the details are different enough that it could be separate stories and not the same story. Jesus spent 3 years. There's a lot you can accomplish in 3 years. But the big upshot of this story is the faith not of the servant, but of the centurion. The centurion who recognizes that in Jesus there is one who has authority over things in heaven and on earth, an authority that can actually change reality. And the reality he wants changed, that of his paralyzed servant, is something that's clearly possible for Jesus because he has the authority to do such things. That authority doesn't get talked about as much in the Gospels during Jesus' earthly ministry as it gets talked about at the end of the Gospels when the risen Christ is Lord not only over earth but also over heaven, Lord not only over the present but over the future. Without the authority to draw us out of death into life, the resurrection of Jesus would be a one-off in the history of human beings. Instead, it is the destiny that has been promised to you and to me. Jesus has the authority to say to death, This far you may come and no further. Jesus has the authority to take the devil's lunch away from him and eat it in front of him. Jesus has the authority to say to you and to me at the end, Arise, O sinner. Arise, O child of God. Arise and come into the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. It's not by accident that in Matthew, Jesus at the end, at the Great Commission, says, All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, teaching them to obey all that I have commanded you, baptizing them in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And lo, I am with you always, even to the end of the age. Have a great Wednesday.